Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for sticking with us through all of this. And I know it's been so long since we came out with another video because again, it's been a crazy moment in our lives, but thankfully everything's starting to calm down a lot. And we are officially in New York. We're actually in New York now, but we're at the airport waiting to board a plane back to Florida because we're not completely moved up to New York yet. We have to go get our dogs and make another 16-hour drive.
For the third time?
Yes, for the third time. We're so tired. We can't wait to just be done with this, honestly. Just this last time we moved up, we've been here for about a week now, but we took everything in a U-Haul, and it was just a very nerve-wracking drive. We had so much stuff. We had to drive really slow. It was just very nerve-wracking, so I didn't record anything. So we're gonna try to record the trip going up there with our dogs, just so you guys can see some of the scenery and make that trip with us.
I love traveling with the car, but I'm not looking forward for this one because the last one really killed me. It was hard, 16 hours pulling that heavy thing and then not knowing what the car was gonna do because it was acting weird, making weird noises. And then getting to New York and driving those hills with that truck and then pulling Taylor's car, so it was kind of like annoying.
And that 16 hours turned into about 20 hours with the U-Haul because of how slow we had to drive.
Yeah.
So.
And then now we gotta do another drive, but this time it's with dogs. So it might be a little bit better if I was asleep for the whole 16 hours. But it should be a fun trip. I'm trying to make it long. I'm trying to make this our last trip to be a little longer. I want to leave earlier so we have more time to stop, so we can hang out with the dogs when we take them out, so we don't have to be in a rush to get to the house like we have done the past 2 times that we travel. So
hopefully this is the last time and we can finally make a home in New York, honestly, because I'm tired of like living in this in-between state. I'm ready to just like make that full commitment, if you can say.
Yeah, we're almost there. When we got to the house in New York, it was a little bit.
Honestly, you guys, it made us depressed.
Yeah, it was very messy. It was very.
It's completely different. Just the scenery and everything coming from Florida, the weather, what's around, the stores, the people. And when we saw the house, we were just kind of like.
Well, see, the thing is that we never went to see the house because we were in Florida. So the only way we got to see the house was with video. And obviously with video, you try to make it seem as nice as possible. So when we saw the house in video, we thought it was really nice. It's not big, so it's okay.
It's so old.
So when we got to the house after 16 hours, 20 hours of driving, pulling the truck, we walked into the house and it was just like we thought that maybe this is not for us. New York was like gonna be horrible. It was gonna suck. But
we
then
stayed positive though. We definitely. Well, I stayed positive and I made him be positive because, after because first off, the house is really old. The house is it was built in 1930. I'm just thankful that we have a house because there's a lot of people that don't. I'm thankful that we were able to do all this and that we got lucky enough to not have to stay in a hotel or anything like that because it was actually really hard to find a house. So.
Yeah, well, Tay did actually an amazing job at the house. It looks more like a home now. I cleaned the outside. I still got a lot more clean to do on the outside.
And it's fall, so we get to put up decorations.
So we had to go buy decorations. But before we do all that, we had to go get our 2 loving dogs, and then we can finish decorating the house and
come on our journey with us, like travel with us. And thankfully this time you guys actually get to because we're not nervous about driving. We've done it so many times at this point and we're not having a huge load, so
except for the dogs.
So enjoy our journey. Hey you guys, I did want to take a moment of this video to just go over our IVF update because I know we've been very silent on the subject for a while, so I did want to share with you guys where we are with the IVF stuff. And a little bit about our transfer cycle because we did do the transfer Unfortunately, on that day, I was extremely busy, and the footage that I got, I just didn't feel like it was worthy enough to share with you guys. So I just decided to bulk these 2 videos together to just explain a little bit what's been going on. On the transfer cycle day, I had to take 2 new medications along with my shot and the pill that I was taking that I've told you guys in the previous videos. If you guys have not seen the previous videos, I will link those videos down below for you. Also, if you guys can, if you don't know, like this is your first video you're tuning in on, please go ahead and go watch the other videos just so you can get a little caught up to understand what's going on at this point. Went into the doctor's office on a full bladder because they need your bladder full to push down onto your uterus because it helps the implantation of the embryo. The whole thing took about maybe 10 to 15 minutes. It wasn't a long appointment at all. It was actually very, very quick. You're pretty much in and you're out. I do have some pictures of the embryo that was implanted. So this is the embryo, the whole thing right here. I know it looks crazy, but so then this is a picture of my uterus. Do you remember how I said my bladder had to be full for this? So this entire black part right here is my bladder. It does have to be completely full before you go into this appointment. And then right there, that little dot in there, that white part, inside there is the embryo. The embryo is actually so small. He said it was as wide as a single strand of your hair. So the embryo was extremely small, and again, like I said, the appointment was so quick. About a week after that, you're allowed to take an at-home pregnancy test, which I wanted to wait an extra day. It didn't really make a big difference, I guess, but I took an at-home pregnancy test and I thought it was negative at first. My doctor told me once I take a pregnancy test at home, regardless of the result, I have to take a picture and send it to him. So while I had my phone, like getting ready to take the picture, I realized that the test was positive. I saw a very, very faint positive line. And I was like, oh my goodness, like I didn't want to think too much into it. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to send the picture to my doctor. I'm going to let him know that I don't know what to make of this. And that's exactly what I did. I sent the picture over to my doctor and he was like, yep, it looks positive. It was such a faint line. I actually did take a video of that I will insert into here. So you guys, this is the test that I took on Thursday. First looking at it, I thought it was negative, but when you get closer, you can see that faint line. I did send it to my doctor and he confirmed that it was positive. But just because I was still a little bit nervous, I took another test Friday morning, and this is what this one looks like. So it's definitely a positive. Look at the difference in just one day. The line was so faint that I did take a pregnancy test the next day just to confirm it, and the line was much, much darker the next day, which I was so happy about it. You know, I told Jorge, I was like, oh my God, the doctor said that this was a positive test. We told my mom because my mom, we couldn't hide it from her. She kind of knew what was going on. So about, I would say maybe 4 days later, I went into the doctor's office to take a blood test just to confirm the pregnancy, and my blood test also came out positive. But my numbers were a little low for the test. So the doctor was like, you know, it's fine, don't worry about it. We will just wait to see how your numbers are on the next test. I would say maybe 2 days later, I went back in and took another blood test, and the test was positive again. At this point in the video, I'm kind of going to explain why Jorge and I, So the reason Jorge and I were a little bit distant, you know, we knew when we first started this journey that it was such a hard journey, and the whole reason that we started this was because we wanted people to go through this with us and realize that they're not alone. We wanted to shed some light on infertility because it is a very hard thing. It's a hard thing on your relationship. It's hard on yourself. It's hard on your family. And although I say this, and you know, we did come in with this expecting to spread light on the bad, it's hard at the same time. With that being said, my pregnancy test, although the second test was positive, my numbers completely dropped. And the doctor told me that I was having another chemical pregnancy. So the transfer was not successful. We are currently not pregnant. And we just needed to take a little bit of time to ourselves, emotionally and mentally, and also for me, just to deal with that and go through it before we came out publicly with it. Coming out to you guys and telling you guys about it, even though it is a very, very strong possibility that this may happen, and we want to share everything with you guys. It's hard for me because, you know, as a woman, that's the gift that we're given, is to give life. And it's hard to come up and say, you know what, I failed again. Like, it just didn't happen. I feel like a failure. In some cases, I feel a little bit stupid because I just got so excited for it, and I knew I shouldn't have, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? Like, you have to put this good energy into the universe for the universe to give you what you want, and that's exactly what I was doing. And I feel like I've let my family down at the same time. And obviously, I am still very emotional about this. It's something that we just had to work through together and kind of overcome before we came directly to you guys, telling everybody what happened, because it's just not easy. And it's something that, you know, it's a possibility, but you never think of it, like, you never want the bad to happen. So currently right now with the IVF, we honestly have no idea what we're going to be doing. So with us moving to New York, the closest doctor within that practice that we were going to is in New Jersey, and that's a little bit of a far drive for us. We don't know if we want to try naturally for a while until we save up the money again to do another transfer. We honestly have no idea what we're doing at this point. The only thing about us trying naturally is, like I've said in my previous videos, I do have that time clock kind of set on me for when I have to have kids. So, I don't know. But I did want to keep you guys updated on everything that is going on. And even though we do have this bad news that we're bringing to you guys, that doesn't mean that we're going to stop shedding light on this subject. That doesn't mean that we're stopping YouTube. It just means that our content may change a little bit. We're still building a family. You know, we're still trying to bring life into this world, but we just don't know how we're going to do it at this point, and we're still trying to figure that out. I do want to take the time to thank all of my friends and family for being so supportive. Everyone's been so supportive, and I just thank you guys so much for following our journey and supporting us through it, because it's hard. It really is. So thank you so much for even watching this video. And if you still want to stick along with us, thank you for supporting us and being a part of our family. We love it so much. And we'll still keep you guys updated, because even though we got this bad news, we're not giving up. We don't know what we're going to do in the future, but we're not giving up. You know, everything happens for a reason. I don't understand this yet at all, but I know that it happened for a reason. And I know one day in the future, I'll get it. So I'm leaving my trust in God, in the universe, and I just know that for some specific reason, it was not meant to be at this moment. And I am learning to be okay with that. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And please, stay with us. We're not giving up, so I don't want you guys to give up on us. You know, please enjoy the rest of the video of us taking the dogs up to New York. I didn't get too much footage because we were both very, very tired. We've done this drive 3 times already, so thank you guys so much for keeping up with us and for supporting us. dogs. We are finally home.
I don't know if you guys saw in the last video, but we were very stressed out with everything that's been happening from the move, because we had to rent our house, find our house here to rent, move all the stuff here, get a U-Haul, plus pull the car. Now I had to do paperwork. Taylor had to do paperwork on my job. Taylor had to work. It was just a lot of things that we had to do, and it was very stressful. The majority of that stress, it's done. We're here. The house is nice and settled. We still got a little bit of cleaning to do in the house, but it's all pretty much done. I already started working. Today was my first day, and it went very well. You look like the Terminator. So
We're on our way to get some fall decorations now and to just put a little life into the house. And we're so excited because this is our first time experiencing, well, his first time experiencing the seasons.
And if we haven't mentioned it yet, we are still trying, obviously. It's been very hard, especially now that we're in New York, because obviously the doctor's in Florida. So we have to figure out how we're going to do it in New York now. But we're still very positive and just trying to see what else we can do about baby.
Yep.
Because we're not giving up.
Exactly. And guys, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe to us, comment any video ideas that you would love to see. We would love to do like a get to know us video, because I know a lot of our subscribers either know one of us, but they don't really know the both of us. So I would like to do like a get to know us video and just bring you guys a lot closer to us, to our little family. So again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for going on this journey with us.
I'm about to go buy some Halloween stuff, so I'll talk to you later.
Bye guys.
Bye.